Some of the most influential movers and shakers in Little Havana today unveiled plans for a 9-day Latin festival which will take place next March. The fiesta will be called Carnaval Miami, and the king of the festival, something similar to a parade marshal, will be Desi Arnaz, the king of the Latin beat. Organizers of the festival call him the most popular entertainer Cuba has ever produced.
All I can tell you is that we're going to try to do our very best to make this a better carnival than we even had in Havana pre-Castro.
Arnaz, who lives in Southern California, calls Miami his second hometown. It was here that he arrived after leaving Cuba in 1934.
I love Miami. I've been here for many years, graduated from high school here. And beside all my compatriots are here, of Cuba. I was in the American Army, and I've been in American City for a long time, but my heart still belongs to Cuba,
Arnaz will be back in town next March for Carnaval Miami. Elliot Rodriguez, Channel 4 News, Little Havana. Miami's Little Havana is always filled with music, plenty of food, and Cuban culture. And there are some who feel these are valuable assets in attracting tourists to this community. So beginning Sunday afternoon, Little Havana will roll out the welcome mat. The Calle Ocho festival along Southwest 8th Street is now 4 years old. But this year, organizers say it's going to be bigger and better. Last year, an estimated 500,000 people attended the all-day festival. This year, activities are scheduled during a 9-day period called Carnaval Miami. Merchants are preparing for the street festival Sunday afternoon. But other activities include a masquerade ball, a Carnaval night party at the Orange Bowl, and the parade down Flagler Street called El Paseo. The king of the Carnaval will be Mr. Babalu, Desi Arnaz.
We created Carnaval Miami, which is basically two weekends with weekday events to link it, to make it a tourist attraction so we can get people from out of town to visit Miami and help our economy.
Miami has an international flavor right within the continental boundaries of the United States, so why not come to Miami and savor the parties and the culture that's available in Miami.
And you can begin tasting that Latin flavor this weekend. Elliot Rodriguez, Channel 4 News, Little Havana.
You can see Miami's Calle Ocho festival is still going strong. The music is still filling the streets. The crowd's here, and this is what it looks like at Southwest 8th Street and 18th Avenue. There's been a festival here, and there have been large crowds all day throughout Southwest 8th Street. Calle Ocho blends Miami's Latin flavor into a street festival that has to rival New Orleans Mardi Gras. It's believed some 500,000 people will visit Little Havana for this open house. It's an experience that won't soon be forgotten. For the many Anglo visitors, it's an experience to taste firsthand the many foods of Latin Miami. What are you trying there today?
I'm not even sure, but it's great.
Is this the first time you've been to the Calle Ocho festival?
This sure is. I enjoy it.
It's doing a lot. Brings all peoples together.
You're having a good time?
I love it.
What do you like best about it?
Just the people, the colors, the music, the food, everything about it.
Whether it's a carnival street dancer or a Spanish dance troupe, Calle Ocho is a mix of sight and sound for everybody.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's better than the other years. It's better, really.
Well, how much of a tradition is drinking from the bota here in Calle Ocho?
Oh, it's a long time ago, about 1,000 years ago.
Looks pretty easy. How do you do it?
Just like it. How about you?
Foreign tourists are also learning about Miami from Calle Ocho. What are you drinking there?
Coconut with rum.
Coconut with rum.
You want to try some?
It looks interesting. Where are you from?
Dubai.
Where's Dubai?
United Arab Emirates in the Middle East.
What do you think about Miami's Calle Ocho festival?
It's great. I'm having a good time.
I think it's fabulous.
Is this what you thought about Miami?
No, not at all. I had a very bad impression of Miami when I was coming down here. People had told me, but I see around me and it's fabulous and the people are wonderful.
Calle Ocho 82, a blend of sight and sound and flavor that all says the same thing, amigo. If there's a beat and a sound and a soul of Miami, it's probably out here tonight. Police say that they'll probably try to close down the festival about 9 o'clock, but from the looks of this crowd and this music and the spirit here, Little Havana's Calle Ocho Festival will probably be cooking pretty long throughout the night. Al Sunshine, Channel 4, reporting live from Calle Ocho.
Thank you.
Little Havana's Calle Ocho Festival looked like a big party from the street and also from the air. Crowds were expected to reach 500,000 strong, and beautiful weather mixed with Miami's spirit for a good time made for quite a festival. Calle Ocho 82 stretched for 1.5 miles along Southwest A Street from 12th Avenue all the way up to Beacon Boulevard near Southwest 27th Avenue. It was wall-to-wall people mixed with wall-to-wall music, wall-to-wall food and entertainment. Many of Little Havana's visitors weren't at all concerned that they didn't even know what kind of delicacy they were enjoying. What are you trying there today?
I'm not even sure, but it's great.
Is this the first time you've been to the Calle Ocho Festival?
It sure is. I enjoy it.
I think it's for everyone to enjoy.
You're having a good time.
Yes, a very good time.
Calle Ocho was also the time to meet new friends and old ones firsthand. Channel 4's Live Eye van was a popular stop, manned by Ralph Rennick, Jim Brosmer, and some other television news friends as well. The message is the same in any language, amigo, friend.
The people are beautiful. The food is great.
What do you think this does as far as trying to bring Miami together as a closer community?
I think it's doing a lot. Brings all peoples together.
You're having a good time.
I love it.
There was a lot of tradition on Calle Ocho. It ranged from dancing to the drum beats of the Caribbean. It was universal. Everybody wanted to share with everybody else.
Spain.
How much of a tradition is drinking from the bota here on Calle Ocho?
Oh, it's a long time ago, about 1,000 years ago.
Looks pretty easy. How do you do it?
Just like it. How about you? Why don't try? Come on.
What are you drinking there?
Coconut with rum.
Coconut with rum.
You want to try some?
I had a very bad impression of Miami when I was coming down here. People had told me, but I see around me and it's fabulous and the people are wonderful.
The Calle Ocho Festival this weekend is just one part of the Carnaval Miami celebration that runs throughout the upcoming week. Calle Ocho, Southwest 8th Street, Miami's very own street festival that only South Florida could produce.
Oh, it's wonderful. You know, it's better than the other years. It's better, really.
Why do you think it's even better than last year?
Yes, it's more, you know, more people, more business. You know, it's really, it's more better.
Al Sunshine, Channel 4 News, Little Havana.
You want to see something? Get that blood all over that sidewalk.
For merchants along Southwest 8th Street, yesterday's Calle Ocho Festival was a mixed bag. It's estimated more than 500,000 attended the day-long street party, and in general, businessmen were happy with the turnout. But some, like the owner of this small restaurant, were disappointed. His business was hurt because of competition from street vendors, and he showed us piles of leftover food he expected to sell yesterday. Down the street, however, the owner of this Guayabera shirt shop said business was excellent. He sold about $1,000 worth of the Latin-style garments.
Very good, the fiesta.
It's good for business?
Oh, very good. Wonderful.
Some non-food vendors closed down during the festival, but this shoe store stayed open and recorded good profits.
In our store, very good, very good. The people come back for our store.
Despite disappointment by some businessmen, organizers predict the Calle Ocho festival brings about $2 million to the local economy, as well as encouraging shoppers to return to Little Havana. By mid-morning, most of the cleanup along Calle Ocho had been completed, with only a little debris left to be picked up. Police reported only one incident of violence. That was a shooting in which one man was killed and 2 others injured. However, it occurred about an hour after the festival was over. Elliot Rodriguez, Channel 4 News.
Carnaval Miami wrapped it all up this afternoon with a parade down Flagler Street. Not just any old parade, but Paseo, the traditional end to the Carnival festivities. Between 4 o'clock and sundown, more than 50,000 people lined up between Southwest 14th and 21st Avenues as the colorful floats, decorated cars, and musical trucks paraded in front of them. Paseo is a time when everybody participates, and everywhere you looked, people danced spontaneously in the streets. This is the second year Miami's Hispanic community has sponsored Paseo. The parade is very much in the style of traditional Cuban and South American events. Many call it Miami's Mardi Gras.
The 10 days of Carnaval Miami drew well over 1 million people to Little Havana, and festival organizers say this year it was better than ever.
It's been phenomenal. They're just having the words to describe the success of having 800,000 people in Calle Ocho, Little Havana last week, and about 50,000 people this Sunday afternoon here on Flagler Street, and it's just great. Miami is just becoming international, not only in its aspects economically, but now culturally, and we're very happy about it.
Lots of others were happy about it too, including the ubiquitous E.T. and a group from Eastern Airlines looking, well, appropriately relieved. Organizers say they plan to make Paseo a permanent part of Carnival Miami for years to come. Mark Trank, Channel 4 News, Little Havana.
The far-reaching sounds of events like Carnival are sweet music indeed to day tourism officials and travel agents. They hope races and festivals will give a boost to sagging international tourism. Last year, the number of foreign visitors to South Florida dropped by more than 6%.
The incoming traffic has been affected by the several devaluations that they have been having lately, and definitely it has reflected in our traffic into the area.
But recent extravaganzas such as Carnaval and the Grand Prix could provide a much-needed shot in the arm.
Something very attractive to them, especially the Grand Prix, the New World Festival. They're very culturally oriented, and they've been very interested in these type of events.
The Grand Prix race rang up between $2.5 to $3 million in profits for area businesses.
Carnaval Miami doesn't bow on Calle Ocho until tomorrow, so the festive spirit erupted first across Biscayne Bay as Miami Beach hosted the official debut of the week-long celebration with a one-day fiesta on Lincoln Road Mall. There were strolling mariachis, serenading midday shoppers, and a lively Junkanoo ensemble bouncing up and down the mall. Food vendors hawked Latin and other ethnic treats. Organizers estimated some 40,000 people attended the event, which featured an impromptu salsa performance by Cuban singer Celia Cruz, the queen of Miami Carnaval. Sponsors of the mall version of Calle Ocho said the success of today's celebration was a reflection of the growing Latinization of Miami Beach.
The Latin population in Miami Beach has increased over 20,000 people in 4 years. This just shows you the energy of the Latins here, how we are growing, just like in Miami, to build Miami economically, socially, and politically.
Today's event was also sponsored by the city, the Lincoln Road Merchants, and the Miami Beach Latin American Advisory Board. Jack Curtis, News 4.
Todo aquí es colombiano. Acá. Sonríe, sonríe.
We have 5 people who were hurt when that roof caved in over here. So please, nobody else get on any roofs, okay?
Get the people that are hurt out of here.
No se han dado cuenta.
You know, we're going to do the biggest conga line in the world.
Looking forward to about Calle Ocho.
Well, I want to see just how big everybody's told me it is. They say they jam the streets right on up.
Oh no, I didn't do very well. I didn't have a very good day.
Riding on falling because I'm doing like test at school.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm of the music getting stronger. Don't you fight it till you try to do that conga beat. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga.
The success behind that, it's a family event, and that's how we orient it. We put a lot of hard work into making sure that it's secure, that there's a lot of police presence, and that it's here for people to have fun.
I hear you're supposed to drink a lot of beer, and you hang on to the person in front of you like this.
Are you ready? I want the music, please.
Now, counting how many people are actually in this line is another matter, since it's estimated 300,000 people will fit on these 23 blocks, while that's supposedly how many congaed. Another Guinness record, it's true, but most importantly, one heck of a party. John Holden, News 4.
Busy. Tempo,